Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hammerdown TV and Ultimate Dirt TV's Facebook page and Ultimate Dirt TV's YouTube channel. We're live once again for race number 2 of the Wicked Cushion World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series. It's the Joker's Wild here at the Eldora Speedway. My name is Brett Wheeler. Still joining me in the booth for race number 2 is Zane Scott. And Zane, qualifying underway and after what we've seen in race number 1, what are we expecting for race number 2?
Even better racing. That's what we're going to expect. The guys are once again on the cushion here in qualifying. Currently at the top of the charts is Austin Carr. So race 1 winner sits at the top of the 13.431. Chris Roberts is working the bottom side of the racetrack for his qualifying lap. So maybe some multi-groove racing once again. Maybe even better at night. The track's going to keep some of that moisture in.
Alright, so you're looking at Austin Carr on the top of the speed chart with the 13.431. Robert Kirster with a 13.565. Nathan Davis on screen sits position 8 with a 13.712 coming around for his second lap. Yeah, Tyler Curtis is surprised here with a 13.643 in third quick, and well, that's probably one of his best qualifying efforts here for the 05 Superfly machine, and that's going to put him on the pole for one of the heat races.
It definitely is, and Tyler Curtis has speed, and he's shown it here in race number 2. Yet the qualifier put a lap in Stephen Calvoda and John Batista, and I think John's the one that I want to watch the most.
Now Scott Tyler on screen as well in the 134, unable to get a lap in lap number 1. Got contact with the wall. He's got about 5 seconds left, and that 134 machine is not going to get a time in, so Scott Tyler, no time, along with Batista or Calavoda. 26 cars have signed into the pit area here this evening at Eldora as we get set for heat number 1, race number 2 of the Joker's Wild, presented by Wicked Cushion and Dirty Old Bastard. And Zane, why don't you read the grid for heat race number 1?
Sure will. Starting on the pole, race 1 winner in the number 13 Dirt Co. Media House, a USDR race sprint. It'll be Austin Carr, and to his outside in the Jason Johnson looking number 41, it'll be John Lopresto. Starting third in another Dirt Company Media House, UDSRA sprint car, that'll be Jason Minat, and to his outside in row 2 in the number 77, I do not believe he was in race 1, it's Aaron Schaefer. Starting back on the inside of row 6, there are Dirt Track and Bastards sprint car, Blue Sphere Ultimate Dirt TV, Wicked Cushion on board. It's the number 20 at Jonathan Lowe, and to his outside, Pro Series driver in the number 15 Ultimate Dirt TV, Wicked Cushion UWU Motorsports machine of Michael Sheridan. And tagging the tail, he did not get a lap in qualifying, the number 26 machine. It'll be Stephen Calavoda, and Stephen looks like he's gone to a backup car here for race 2.
And we'll see what the 26 can do. Calavoda starting position at number 7. Keep an eye on Sheridan as well on the outside of the third row. And you were correct when you said Schaefer did not make it for race number 1. Race number 2, he will try his luck. So he won't have any chance at picking up or claiming the Joker's Wild victory here. The signal to tell you who does is the guy starting on the pole of heat race number 1. That is tonight's fastest qualifier for the second time this evening. He's clean swept. The qualifying is Austin Carr, and the perfect race in race number 1 led every lap, did not get past, so no one has seen the front, or Austin Carr's seen the back of no cars other than when he's coming up to lap 10 on the board, and we are green. And Minot got a great start on the inside as well. Jumps straight to position number 2. Here's Lopresto back to the inside through turns 1 and 2, but Austin Carr leads into 3 and 4.
Carr leads out front. Several cars in the back. Lopresto made a mistake going into 3. It checked him up. And he's going to make a mistake going to the 1 as he gets on the wall. That's going to let 4 guys pass him. Calavoda started on the rear, has moved up into the 4th position. Now he's going to look low on Jonathan Lowe. Will slide, or actually he's going to keep his line. He'll slide up on exit, and he'll take away the position. He's now in the top 3.
Yeah, battle for the lead. Minot has actually put the slider on Austin Carr, and well, Minot leads. He's the first car to officially pass the 13, and Jason Minot, he leads that lap and gets into the wall, upside down in a big way into 1 and 2. Oh, he's just thrown away another heat win like he did in the opening heat, or his first heat in race number 1.
Minot drew the short end of the stick, Brett, because just a lap before Michael Sheridan was on his lid. in the same spot, did the very same thing Minat did. So Minat, unfortunately, will be the reason for the caution, but two guys doing the same thing in one. So the cushion going into turn one and through turn two looks like it's already treacherous in heat one.
Now watching the Colby's iPaints instant replay here for the 14 machine of Jason Minat. And that's heartbreak for the 14 because, well, he's been the only car to successfully pass Austin Carr and lead a lap from him. So, well, Austin Carr, well, with that caution coming out from his teammate, he's going to be able to restart this one on the pole position. How about Stephen Calavoda from 7th up to 2nd? We've seen Batista do it. Can Calavoda, can he do one step better?
He definitely has the speed to do it. The question will be, can he pull out the rabbit out of the hat to get by Carr, who up until Jason Minat just now has been untouchable. So Carr is not invincible as seen, and Calavoda, I think, has got to take that in and try to make a move as Lowe runs third, Schaefer rounds out the top four. So Minat's actually going to continue there, Brett, as he tags the tail. He's got to get one car to make the aim in.
All right, so top four going to the main event here from the 4 heat races here, and we'll have 8 cars going from the B main. It's Austin Carr, Stephen Calavoda, John Lowe, Aaron Schaefer, and Jason Minat. The cars left in this one. So going to be a crucial restart for Calavoda in that 26 machine. Can he get the job done? Or is Austin Carr going to go 2 for 2 in heat racing competition? And Carr gets a good start on the cushion. And Calavoda through the middle of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. John Lowe and Schaefer, they were racing for 3rd and 4th right now. There's about 5 car lengths separating Austin Carr and Stephen Calavoda. 2 laps to go in heat race number 1.
Carr runs a cushion just like he did in race 1 out to a big lead here as Calavoda runs through the middle, and sort of the bottom through 3 and 4. The guys behind him are going to follow suit. And Minat's going to drop off the pace in the back straight. But Austin Carr into the wall in turns 1 and 2. Calavoda's going to close the gap, but Carr drives it back down out of turn 2 for a big run into 3.
Yeah, checkered flag coming up this time by for Austin Carr, going 2 for 2. And we'll start on the pole for tonight's main event. Again, Calavoda home in 2nd, Lowe, Schaefer in 3rd and 4th, Minat, Sheridan, and John Presto will be all in the last chance showdown, the B main, later on this evening. But before we get there, we've still got another 3 heat races to do. In fact, heat race number 2 up next on the program.
Yes, we do. And heat 2 is another pretty stout heat. We got a UWU driver in it. We got a TSR driver on the front row. So that is going to bring fireworks for sure. Brett, if you want to run through this lineup here for heat number 2.
All right, starting on the pole for heat race number 2 in the 27 machine, it is Robert Kerstetter. To the outside, out of position number 2 in the 19, it's Jeremy Zarfos. Inside row number 2 in the 127, it's Stephen Hill. He lines up alongside the 21 of Tyler Henselman. Out of position 5 in the 00, it's Dalton Connor. He lines up alongside the 83 of Devin Johnson. And starting position 7, running shotgun at the back of this field in the 134, it is Scott Tyler. 10 laps on the board for heat race number 2. We put another 4 cars into the main event here for race number 2 of the Joker's Wild, presented by Wicked Cushion and Dirty Old Bastards. The rest of the guys will go on to the B main. And Zane, I'll let you lead this heat race off.
All right, so Jeremy Zarfos on the outside of the front row was not in race 1, so we're going to see what he has here at Eldora in the 410s. Kerstetter is going to bring him to the green, though, so he'll have control of the field. And right behind him, Stephen Hill. Stephen's shown some speed and some consistency this year, so maybe he's got something for him. And Dalton Connor's right behind him. But Kerstetter and Zarfos wheel to wheel. We are green. A great restart for Kerstetter and a great restart for Stephen Hill as he looks to the bottom side of the racetrack. Is going to slide up in front of Zarfos here and take away the 2nd position. And here comes Dalton Connor trying to keep his momentum up from race number 1.
Yeah, Connor on the low side into 3 and 4. Henselman up top. They race side by side for the 4th and final transfer spot. Connor with a slide job on Henselman. They made contact into 1 and 2. He was stuck right in the middle there as we go into 3 and 4. Look at Zarfos on the low side, trying to pick up second spot from Stephen Hill, but the top side is the place to be. And Connor, he is making the bottom side work with another slide job on Tyler Henselman. Henselman's got to run down the back straight away.
Henselman runs a cushion through 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 to get a big run on Connor as he's going to take away that final transfer spot. And right behind him, Devin Johnson maybe waiting to capitalize on a mistake. But Connor continues to work the bottom side and he's not letting Henselman pull away.
I'll tell you what, Stephen Hill in the 127 was catching up to your race leader just then. Looking at the previous lap times, he was about 3/10 quicker than your race leader. So Stephen Hill, he's got a fast hot rod, he's got a fast engine in that car, and right now he looks to run down your race leader as we're halfway complete, halfway home. 5 down, 5 to go as Kirstetter, a 13.966 on the previous lap, the only driver into the 13-second bracket here in heat racing competition.
Well, that was until just now. Stephen Hill goes 13.99, so he's in the 13-second bracket as well on the top side of the racetrack. Zarfos running in third has gone back to the cushion. Henselman also on the cushion as he's going to pull away from Connor to maybe seal the deal for that final transfer spot. But out front right now, it is all the LNS Express driver of Robert Kirstetter.
And we've seen Kirstetter work the cushion in race number 1. He's doing the same thing here in race number 2. Now, a reminder, Thursday night we have the King's Royal, the Wicked Cushion at World of Outlaws Craftsman Sprint Car Series, the King's Royal this Thursday night. Same concept here as the Joker's Wild, as we've got 1 lap to go in heat race number 3 for the 27 of Robert Kirstetter in the LNS Express Wicked Cushion. Tony Stewart racing through turns 3 and 4. Speaking of Tony Stewart, we're in his backyard tonight, and Kirstetter gets the job done. Stephen Hill home in second, Jeremy Zarfos in third, Tyler Henselman in fourth, Dalton Connor fifth, Devin Johnson sixth, and Scott Tyler in 7th spot. So well done to Robert Kirstetter as heat number 3 on the racetrack.
Heat number 3 in the staging area, and this is how they are going to line up. Starting on the pole in the Superflow white 05 machine, that'll be Tyler Curtis, and to his outside in race number 1, charged up through the field, it'll be Craig Dunn in the 057. Starting on the inside of the second row in the AG Trucking number 31 machine, that'll be Tyson Landis, and to his outside in the Dirt Track Ambassadors Blue Sphere Ultimate Dirt TV Wicked Cushion number 93, it'll be Chris Roberts. Starting in the 5th position in the number 5, Colby's Eye Paints Steele's eBay Sales, it'll be Brandon Steele, and to his outside in the number 33 Horizon Freightliner machine, that'll be Brian Fine. So 10 laps the distance for heat number 3, top 4 advance. And we'll see how this one is going to play out as Dunn and Curtis will bring us to the green.
I believe this will be a first time for Tyler Curtis starting on the pole for a heat race, and qualified 3rd quick out of 26 drivers here this evening. So a great result for that 05 machine of Tyler Curtis in the Superflow entry. Craig Dunn on his outside as heat race number 3. 10 laps on the board. Top 4 will go to the main event. 5th and 6th will race in the last chance showdown. Green flag is out. Curtis will lead us, and he gets a big jump over Craig Dunn with 10 laps. Anything can happen. Landis now immediately in at 2nd place. Right on the bottom side of the racetrack, beating the gutter rat. And he gets into the inside wall into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to lose a spot to Craig Dunn. Craig Dunn up to position number 2.
Dunn got lucky. He got just above the cushion, cut out 3 and 4 to move into the 2nd spot. But look who's behind both of those guys. It's number 5 machine. He started dead on the back row is Brandon Steele. Steele actually is going to get to the high side. He's going to put a move or get a run on Landis here to move into the 3rd position. But behind him, Chris Roberts running the middle of the racetrack, waiting for a mistake to capitalize to get into the transfer spot. As Craig Dunn gets into the wall, contacts made between Dunn and Steele.
Well, this battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now. 4 cars, 3 of them are going to go on to the main event. As Steele, a little bit of internet issues there, just blinking in and out. Here comes Roberts with a slider on Dunn. Dunn back to position 4, and Landis On the outside, looking in, here comes Roberts on the inside of Brandon Steele. Off for turn number 2. The battle is on for second and third between Steele, who's running the top side, and Chris Roberts through the middle. 5 down, 5 to go.
Steele gets a little bit tight coming out of 4, gets in the wall. That's how Greg Dunn to try to move up into the 3rd position on the bottom. They run side by side on the back straightaway. Dunn runs the middle, is going to slide up the racetrack, try to block the run from Steele here as he does. Dunn now moves up into the 3rd position.
Dunn, he's got Roberts in front of him and Steele behind him. Steele wouldn't be happy with the 4th place as Dunn gets into the wall. He goes back to 4th, back to 5th as Tyson Landers now into that 4th and final transfer spot. Talk about luck. This between these top 4, the 2nd through to 5th, these guys have been chopping and changing positions. It's unbelievable. Right now, your race leader, Tyler Curtis, he is out by over a 1.5 seconds, but the battle is on for 2nd and 3rd. Here comes Steele with a slider on Roberts again. Man, these two have waged wars over the past 5 laps.
Roberts through the bottom to the top through 3 and 4. Steele crosses back underneath them. They're going to repeat it in turn 1 and 2. This time Steele will pull the slide job and Roberts will cross back over. And it's just going to repeat itself again on the final lap through turns 3 and 4. Roberts to the cushion. Steele tries to get around him on the bottom side. He's not going to get it done. As the winner of heat number 3 will be Curtis, Roberts, Steele, and Tyson Landis rounds out the top 4. Landis celebrating Christmas in July as he was on the outside looking in until Dunn got into the wall.
Let me tell you, the time between Landis and Dunn, 0.028. Dunn got a run, and he just fell just that little bit too short, just shy of 3/100ths of a second. And unfortunately, Dunn is going to be in the B main, but our 4th and final heat race of the night up next on the program. And coming up, while starting on the pole in heat race number 4 in the triple 2. In fact, no, Weston Newell's not here.
Weston Newell is scratched for heat number 4, so that will move up the inside row.
All right, so Alan Samel will have the pole in heat race number 4 in car number 73 to the outside, the 36 of Nathan Davis. At a position number 3 in the 6th machine, it's going to be Cody Olsen. To his outside in the 23, it's going to be Jamie Wallace. And like he did in the opening heat of race number 1, in car number 39, John Batista will start on the back row all by himself. But this time he starts out of position 5. Well, he can choose 5 or 6, but he's got to be careful.
John, I think, is putting on a show for the fans as he once again did not put a qualifying lap in. He'll have to start at the back of his heat. He's only going to have to pass 1 car to get into a transfer spot, but this heat definitely is not going to be an easy one. This one is pretty stacked with some solid drivers.
Well, I'll let you start this one off.
All right, and Samel's going to have the field. He's on the gas. We're green for heat number 4 as Samel goes down to the turn 1. He's going to run through the middle side of the racetrack as Nathan Davis pounds the cushion. Davis is going to split his teammate in the 6 car, but they're going to get together on the back straightaway as Cody Olsen runs the middle. Here comes Davis back on the bottom, but look out because here comes John Batista on the top side.
Well, Batista's making the top side of the racetrack work. And he's trying to catch up to your race lead, trying to get around the outside. Oh, Batista! Wow, what a pass to go from 2nd to 1st of the race lead. And in 2 laps, he's gone from 5th to 2nd.
5th to 1st in only 2 laps. He made some risky moves, but he's going to take the point in this one as Samel runs 2nd as he's trying to hold off Cody Olsen, who's in the number 6 machine, trying to look for that 2nd spot.
Now, well, the battle is on for 2nd and 3rd right now. Samel in the 73, the white and yellow, blue, red machine with the yellow rims on that car. Cody Olsen in the white and black machine with the green rims in 3rd spot at the moment. As your race leader, John Batista, he is just gone. He's checked out of here. Samel still hanging on to 2nd. He's got 5 laps, and he will start in position number 8 if he's able to hold on to position number 2 here.
Samel running a line below the cushion up in turns 1 and 2 on the cushion through 3 and 4 as Olsen's on the cushion all the way around the bull at Eldora here as Olsen's going to lose some ground, goes into 1, but he's going to get it all back on the exit of 2 on the cushion as his time he's actually going to look to the outside of Samel side by side coming out of 4 to the line. Give it to Samel's going to hold on to the position, but I think they were neck and neck. You can toss that one up in the air.
Yeah, those drives were very, very close. We're on board with Cody Olsen. Right now, you can just see just how much he's working that wheel through turns 3 and 4 into 1 and 2. Now we go on board with Alan Samel, who's riding in 3rd position at the moment. And he's just being safe, going through the middle of the racetrack. Doesn't want to go to the bottom because there's nothing down there. And he doesn't want to go to the top side because it's too dangerous up there. So he chooses a safe line through the middle of the racetrack.
Those guys are going to continue to bow it out, but up front, Batista's going to come home to the checkered flag to take a dominating 2.5-second win here in heat number 4. Olsen's going to finish 2nd, Samrell will finish 3rd, and Wallace will round out the top 4 guys who are all going to transfer directly to tonight's A main event.
All right, B main up next on the program. I think we're going to have 10 laps.
10 laps to distance in the B main. We got 10 cars who are scheduled to start or taking 8 to the A main. As I will let you take this lineup, Brett, for the B main.
All right, Jason Minot will start on pole in car number 14. To the outside of the 00, it'll be Dalton Connor who will start out of position number 2. At a position 3 in the 057, it'll be Craig Dunn. At a position number 4, it's going to be the 36 of Nathan Davis. At a position 5 is going to be the 15 of Michael Sheridan. Devin Johnson in the 83 will start 6. Brian Fine will start 7 in car number 33. Starting out of position 8 is scheduled to be Weston Newell, but scratching for the night. John Presto not making it onto the racetrack, I don't believe, so he'll be a scratch for the B main. So starting out of position 8 will be Scott Tyler, and we'll see all drivers make it to the main event from this one. So it'll all be about that where they finish is where they will start from 17th on back in tonight's feature.
Yep, looks like John Presto is not going to make the call to start the B main. However, if you are John, I think you gotta, if you miss a start, just get in your car and come out when it allows you to, because you never know, one of these guys might get on their lid and take them out, and you can capitalize on that mistake and get that final transfer spot.
All right, 10 laps on the board. Excuse the ticket. For some reason it says 12 laps, but it is 10 laps of distance in the B main, and we're underway. And Minot immediately jumps to the top of the racetrack, and he needs to be careful because so far he's made 2 mistakes in heat racing competition, running that cushion. Keep an eye on the 36 as well, Nathan Davis. He looks to get a run on the outside of the 00 of Dalton Connor through turns 1 and 2. Davis up to position number 2, and you know he's not done with just yet.
Davis has got a rocket ship on the cushion through 3 and 4. He's going to look to the outside of Minot, and he's going to get Minot at the line as they come across to complete lap number 2. But Minot's going to slide back up the racetrack, try to cut the move off. They run wheel to wheel. They may have made contact on the back straightaway. Minot runs the bottom side of the racetrack. Once again, is going to slide up. Davis is now going to cross him over, try to get a run on him. He will. They're side by side down in the 1 as Davis is going to slide back up the racetrack on Minot.
Davis with a big slider and comes down off the cushions. And Minot back to position number 2. Davis, he runs the slide job line through turns 3 and 4. The battle is on for the race lead between Minot and Davis. Slide job city, ladies and gentlemen, population. Nathan Davis and Jason Minot, they are duking it out right now for the race lead here in the B main. And the battle for 4th and 5th is going on as well between Dalton Connor and Michael Sheridan as well. Sheridan on the outside in the 15. But we go back up towards the front of the field because how can you take your eyes off this one?
Oh, big contact. Jason Minot got into Scott Tyler, who was sitting on the racetrack. Tyler was the reason for the caution flag. I don't think Minot saw him, and that ruins Minot's B main as he was battling for the lead with Nathan Davis, and that is just heartbreaking. You got to feel for Jason.
Well, I'll tell you what, in Tyler's defense, as we look at the Colby's iPaint's instant replay, and as iRacers will know, it takes a couple of seconds while you're holding your escape key or a hotkey to escape from the car. He got a little bit loose in 3 and 4. He went upside down. By the time he'd gotten back to all fours, there was no time because Minot was actually coming through turns 3 and 4. And unfortunately, Scott Tyler had no time to escape out. But it is unfortunate. But thankfully for Jason Minot and Scott Tyler, they are going to be in the main event. but they will start 23rd and 24th, so the work is definitely cut out for them.
Definitely is, and work is definitely be cut out for the crews. They got to get those cars back together here. They're only going to have several laps in this B main left to do it. But for Nathan Davis, a breath of fresh air, as he was having to hold off mine at basically all 6 laps that we were under green flag. They're basically going to take the green flag coming out of 4 here, or green and white, to end this one. Dunn runs in second. He might try to do something here to get that lead and improve his starting spot by just 1 in tonight's A main.
Now they'll be starting in the 9th row, so I don't think it's going to make too much difference. In fact, they'll be starting in the 9th row. So first, 17th or 18th spot, and this is going to be on because Dalton Connor now with the white flag out here. Dalton Connor to the inside of Craig Dunn in 1 and 2. Keep an eye on Sheridan, the 15, looking to advance 1, maybe 2 positions. Oh, the battle is on for 2nd and 3rd. Dunn has 2nd. Davis got the win. Dunn got 2nd. 3rd was Connor. 4th was Sheridan. And there was about a 10th separating the pair. And, well, now we get set for the main event. And so I'm going to let you read us the starting grid.
All right, it's time for the night before the Royal, race number 2 A main, starting 24th, the number 134 machine will be Scott Tyler. Starting to his inside, the number 14 will be Jason Minat. Starting on the outside, in the number 83 machine will be Devin Johnson, and to his inside in the 21st starting position, in number 33, it'll be Brian Fine. Starting 20th in the UWU machine, it'll be Michael Sheridan, and to his inside, it'll be Dalton Connor. Starting 18th, it'll be the Aussie, the 057 of Craig Dunn, and to his inside, the Black Diamond Motorsports machine of Nathan Davis. Starting 16th, in the number 23 machine, it'll be Jamie Wallace, and to his inside, in the 31, it'll be Tyson Landis. Starting in the outside of the 7th row, in the number 21 machine, it'll be Tyler Henselman, and to his inside, of the 77 of Aaron Schaefer. Starting 12th, the number 73 machine, it's our Dirt Track and Bastards car, it'll be Alan Simmerl, and to his inside, the number 5, Brandon Steele. Starting in the 10th position on the outside of row number 5 in the 19 machine, it'll be Jeremy Zarfos, and to his inside, starting 9th, it'll be the 20 of Jonathan Lowe. On the outside of row 4, starting 8th, in the Dirt Co Media House, number 6, it'll be Cody Olson, and to his inside in the 93, it'll be Chris Roberts. Starting on the outside of row 3 in the 127, it'll be Stephen Hill, and to his inside, the 26 of Stephen Calavoda. Starting on the outside of row number 2, it'll be the 39 machine of John Batista, and to his inside, the 05 of Tyler Curtis. And starting on the outside of the front row in the LNS Express Wicked Cushion machine, it'll be Robert Kerstetter, and to his inside, race 1, future winner, the Dirt Co Media House UDSRA number 13, it'll be Austin Carr. As we come to the green, Brett, take over.
Now let's get dirty for 30. Race number 2 of the Wicked Cushion Jokers Wild, and we are green here at Eldora, and Tyler Curtis picked up the front wheels. Stephen Calavoda got all sorts of sideways behind him as they all make it through turns 1 and 2 A-OK. We'll see if we can get through 3 and 4. We complete a lap in, and right now, oh no, there's contact on the front straightaway. Oh, Stephen Hill going for a big tumble along with Cody Olson. Oh man, big rides for Olsen and Stephen Hill. Let's take a look at our Colby's Eye Paints instant replay.
Huge accident on the front straightaway with Olsen and Stephen Hill, and I think that all started with Robert Kerstetter getting a little bit out of shape in 3 and 4. Stephen Hill got to the rear end, got him out of shape, and then unfortunately Cody Olson was right there or actually it looked like Stephen come down into Tyler Curtis, which then pushed him up into Cody Olson. Cody Olson took a big chunk of that front stretch wall.
Yeah, Tyler Curtis just got onto the inside there. His car pushed up. In fact, it was contact between Carr and Kerstetter, and then Curtis come up into Stephen Hill. Cody Olson, you see there just on the bottom right hand side of your screen, going for a wild ride. And I tell you what, you want to get sick? Let's get the onboard shot of that one. On board with Cody Olson, you see Tyler Curtis on the inside there, and he was just a passenger for that one. It's never fun when you see Sky Dirt, is it, Zane?
It is not fun at all, and it's not fun at all when you see a white wall right in front of you with no padding on it. You know it's going to hurt. And luckily for those guys, it is just a sim, so there will be no medical bills paid tonight. But John Batista started third or fourth, and he's your race leader on the restart.
Well, interesting here because, well, we've seen Austin Carr. He's certainly been the one to beat here tonight. As we're coming to the green flag this time by, the white flag will come out at lap number 33. So 2 laps complete, 28 to run here in race number 2 of the Joker's Wild, presented by Wicked Cushion and Dirty Old Bastard. Green flag is back out. Batista, well, he's going to be tough to beat, but no doubt Austin Carr, he's going to have his work cut out for him as they race through 1 and 2, 2 by 2 for some people in the back, but you're watching on screen Austin Carr and Robert Kerstetter.
Kerstetter running the cushion in the 1 and 2. Carr rolls into the middle, goes to the top. Kerstetter is going to get a run down the back straightaway. I don't think he's going to have anything for him at this time. Actually, Kerstetter goes in just the line below, got a huge run going in, but it's going to lose it on exit. Carr's going to maintain that second position, but John Batista cruising out front.
Oh, I think that was Henselman who got a little sideways. It was either Henselman or... No, it is Henselman in the 21 as they go through turns 3 and 4, and the caution flag flies. Let's take a look at the Colby's iPaints instant replay here. We have a look at what happened with the 21 machine. Contact between Calavoda and Henselman. They just sort of rubbed wheels, and then Dalton kind of coming through. And that cushion, it was the right rear of Henselman, just came down off the cushion, spun straight to the infield. Unfortunately, he ends up around. No front wing. The yellow flag is out. And, well, there's a lot of racing going on in the mid-pack of this one. I mean, it's, once again, we're seeing multiple grooves here at Eldora.
Multiple grooves, yes we are, and we're definitely seeing that cushion come in once again. It's hard to tell from our point of view on whether or not that cushion is worse or better than race 1, but these guys look like they have their hands full. But for Batista, he's taming the beast up there as he's pulling away there from Austin Carr.
Alright, so the lights are off on the iRacing official pace truck. We'll go green flag this time by, so another restart. We'll have the white flag coming out at lap number 36 on the ticker. It's still about 24 to go, 24-25 to go here in race number 2, the Joker's Wild, who will be crowned the Joker's Wild champion. Now it goes off the averaging finishing positions from the feature from race 1 and 2. There is a tiebreaker. It goes to the driver that finished higher in race number 2. And at the moment, if this finishes the way with Batista and Austin Carr, Batista's going to be crowned as we got another yellow on the racetrack. Tyler Curtis.
Tyler Curtis, who started off the night good on the pole of his heat, won his heat. Unfortunately, victim here to a car coming off the cushion. It'll be the 5 machine of Brandon Steele. Comes down, and Curtis was right there, and unfortunately for Curtis, the car goes back up the wall, gets into the outside wall, and then on its side. So unfortunately for Tyler Curtis, he is not going to get the finish he wants, but maybe that car is not too badly damaged. He can keep it out there and start working his way back up the field.
Well, it's going to be a tough job for that 05 team to get back up towards the front of the field. We've got 18 cars left on the lead lap. At the moment, I think we've got 19 cars on the racetrack. In fact, Tyler Curtis just going back through to pit road now. So we'll see if that car and the crew can work on that machine quickly and get some of it done, or whether that night will end for the 05 machine. Lights are out on the pace truck this time by, so we'll go green next time by. And we'll see the white flag come out at lap number 39.
Lap 39 will be the white flag, and looking through the lineup right now where guys started, and once again continuing where he left off in race number 1, Dalton Connor started 19th, has made his way to the top 10. So Connor being patient, picking cars off one by one on his way up to the front of the field in that 00 BC Motorsports machine. But John Batista will pace the field to green as Austin Carr is going to be right behind him. Kerstetter 3rd, Roberts 4th, and Jonathan Lowe in the top 5. Pace truck pulls off. John Batista's got the feel he's going to check up, get on the gas. We're green once again at Eldora. Batista with a good start now into turns 1 and 2. Runs the cushion, as does the top 3. The first car not to is Chris Roberts. He runs the middle.
Yeah, here, Chris Roberts, he's not too keen on the cushion at any racetrack. He loves the bottom of the middle side of the racetrack. Here comes a slider for the race lead. Austin Carr puts the slider on Batista. Look at the top 3 as they all work their way between turns 3 and 4 in different lines of the racetrack. Kirsten are trying the bottom. Austin Carr and Batista, they start to pull away from that 27 machine. But Austin Carr, he has got a front bumper full of that 39, and just as he goes to put the slider on, the caution flag comes out.
Oh, such a heartbreak for Carr. He was going to throw the slide job on Batista, and if the caution would have came out 2 seconds later, he'd be our race leader right now, but that is not the case.
Now the 77 of Aaron Schaefer, as we take a look at our Colby's iPaints instant replay. Schaefer just through the middle of 3 and 4, gets a little loose, coming off corner 4 and comes down into, trying to see who that was, whether it was Zarfos or Minats.
Zarfos and Minat both got a little bit of a chunk of Aaron Schaefer there on that one.
The 77 upside down, back on the virtual tow truck, and finds yourself on the infield. So we've still got 16 cars on the lead lap, 17 circulating around the racetrack at the moment. In fact, there goes Craig Dunn back to pit road, and I dare say that'll be his night done and dusted as well.
Unfortunately for Dunn, it will be done and dusted early here. We still have 17 cars right now scored on the lead lap. It looks like it's about to go down to 15 with 2 guys off the racetrack. But up front, Batista continues the lead. Carr was showing him some heat with a couple side jobs there, and Batista was able to hold him off, take the lead back, and kind of saved by the bell type deal there with a caution for Batista.
I think this is our 4th caution again here in the second race of the night. So we'll see the white flag come out at lap number 42. So we've got 21 to go, so 9 laps complete. And this is what we've seen in race number 1 before. This time, this was the last time we would see the caution come out in race number 1. We'll see if we can do it again, as John Batista leads down into 1 and 2 with Austin Carr riding in second, Robert Kerstetter in position number 3. Then we go back to Chris Roberts in the 93 and Jonathan Lowe back there in the top 5. Brandon Steele into the wall. Here comes Davis on the inside. Davis picks up about 7th spot, and Dalton Connor making his way through again.
Connor continuing to work his way up the field. He's kind of following in trace of Nathan Davis. Up front though, Batista got a good start. Carr was reeling him in, but now Carr is under heat from Robert Kerstetter as they run basically bumper to bumper through turns 1 and 2. And it looks like Carr's going to start to pull away as Kerstetter made a mistake, but the caution flag will come out for your 5th caution of the night here at Eldora.
Yeah, we got Jonathan Lowe, who was around there, so we'll have a look at the Colby's iPaints instant replay there and see what happened to Jonathan Lowe. Looks like it might have just been a single car one where he just jumped the cushion and got into the wall. We have a look here and see contact actually with Davis there. Not sure whether that might have been a little bit of a netcode issue there, but we also had another car upside down, was the 33 of Brian Fine, who was coming through minding his own business. The right rear of Fine caught the front end of Jonathan Lowe, and we lose 2 cars out of that one.
Yeah, we do, Brett, and definitely looked like a little bit of netcode there between Davis and Jonathan Lowe. Lowe got into the wall, spins out, and then unfortunately takes another victim with him. Lowe, though, parked it on the top side. You got to appreciate that from a veteran like him, not to pull that car down in front of any more drivers and ruin some nights.
Alright, so the lights on the pace track will turn off this time by. The white flag at lap number 45 for your race leader, John Batista, who finished second in race number 1. And as I said, the winner of the Joker's Wild will be crowned on the highest averaging finishing position in the main event from race 1 and race 2. If there is a tie, it'll go on the highest finisher of race number 2. And if Batista can hang on for the win, he will be victorious in claiming the Wicked Cushion Joker's Wild here at Eldora Speedway. Green flag getting set to roll off Here in a couple of seconds, pace truck is in. Batista is hard on the gas again. And we are back underway here at Eldora Speedway. Car following closely behind him. Now here comes Tyson Landis to the bottom side and on the inside of Chris Roberts in turns 1 and 2. Roberts, he has got Nathan Davis in behind him, and Davis looking to go from 6 up to position number 4, and Davis in the 36. He picks off 2 cars at once. Still 3 wide into 1 and 2.
Davis on the high side of the racetrack is going to make quick work of 2 of Landis and Roberts. As now up front, Carr and Kirsten are running off the cushion through 3 and 4. Kirsten are running the middle through 1 and 2. Ain't going to get anything done. Now Tyson Landis continuing to work the bottom side here with Chris Roberts on the back straight. They run side by side.
And this is a battle for 5th and 6th at the moment. Landis in the 31, the orange and black 31. He picks up position number 5. Roberts just falls back a little bit. He's trying to get to the cushion, but he doesn't want to get up there because it is very dangerous up there at the moment. As he goes, continue to go back to the middle car, a little sideways off of turn number 4, and that's going to allow Kirsten to really close in. As Batista makes a mistake, and now he's going to run the slide job line into turn number 1 and 2, the top 3. Well, I'd like to say they're nose to tail down the front straight away.
Austin Carr is going to take full advantage of these slides up the racetrack, but Batista's going to keep his foot in the bucket and drive around the outside. Now Kirsten is going to capitalize off of Carr getting a little bit out of shape. Now move up into the 2nd position, and the caution flag is going to fly, and Carr will shuffle back to 3rd on the restart.
Oh, what a race between the top 3 we just had. Man, it was getting intense. Let's take a look at our Colby Paints instant replay. The 83 of Devin Johnson around. In fact, it was Zarfos and Jamie Wallace who had contact. And that was the reason why the caution flag came out. Wallace just came in hot and heavy and pretty much just drilled the left side on the left rear of that wicked cushion at 19 entry. And a couple of cars getting involved in that one, Wallace and Johnson. So caution flag flies again. Wow, Zane, I mean, these top 3, Batista, Kirsten and Austin Carr, they were your podium here in race number 1. I mean, Nathan Davis might be able to shake things up here, and we could have a great 4-car battle for the lead.
We definitely can, and if you're Austin Carr, you got to know how this format's going to work. Right now, John Batista is taking home the night before the Royal because Carr is in 3rd. If Carr wants any shot, he's got to beat Batista, so I would not be surprised if Carr puts his foot in the bucket, makes some aggressive moves to get past Kirsten once again, and then gets back up there racing for the lead with Batista.
Alright, white flag will be out at lap number 48, so we'll have 12 laps to go on this next restart. It will pick up race number 2 of the Joker's Wild, presented by Wicked Cushion. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion for coming on board with the Joker's Wild, and also the King's Royal on Thursday. We'll be live here again on Hammerdown TV and Ultimate Dirt TV for that one as well. Green flag is back out onto the racetrack right now. We'll try and keep an eye on Nathan Davis. And I'll tell you who might be a surprise as well. If we see another couple of cautions, it might be the 14 of Jason Minat.
Took the words out of my mouth, Brett. I'm watching Minat work the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to get past a couple guys. He's working on Landis right now. They're 3 wide coming out of turn 2. And as we speak, Minat's good run's going to come to an end.
Just as we're coming to 10 to go, the caution flag will fly. Batista had a rear view mirror full of the 27 of Robert Kerstetter. And you got to wonder, these cautions, if they keep coming out and playing like this, it certainly plays into the hands of the 39 machine of John Batista, because not only he doesn't have to deal with lap traffic, he has a clear track in front of him. He's able to dictate the starts and when he wants to go on these restarts.
Definitely, that's going to be hard for Robert Kerstetter to master. He's got to time it perfectly. And he's got to be careful. If he tries to time it too much, he might run over Batista. And if that's the case, we're going to need sheriffs in the pits after this one. But for Batista, he's liking these caution flags.
Yeah, I believe we're going to have 10 to go. Hopefully the lights will turn off on the pace truck. We'll listen into race control here in just a moment. In fact, we'll turn it on now, so we'll see if the lights are... I'll go to single file.
Single file, white flag, lap 51.
Lap 51. So it will be 10 laps to go here in the main event for race number 2.
A heat race distance is all that lies between John Batista and a night before the Royal Championship here. And I think with 10 laps to go, he's clear. I think if we go flag to flag here for these last 10 laps, he ain't going to run into lap traffic. It'll just be keeping it mistake-free and being able to outrun these guys. But they're going to come to the green flag. Batista's got the field. Kersted's going to try to time it. Not going to be able to, as Batista's going to get another great restart. And now Carr's actually going to look on Kersted as they go into turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, Carr got a good restart on Kerstetter right on the back bumper of that 27 as he goes to pull the slide job into turn number 3 and 4. But Kerstetter's got too much of a run into turns 3 and 4. That's 9 laps to go. Here in the main event for race number 2, Batista leads by about 3-4 car lengths into turns 3 and 4. Kerstetter rides in second car. Then you go back to Nathan Davis as well, who, well, he had a horrible heat race. And he's been able to work through the field, so the 36 machine. How about Chris Roberts in 5th right now? But he's got Calavoda all over the back of him right now into 3 and 4.
While the battle rages on out back, I'm watching the battle up front. And for John Batista, he's got to be careful through 3 and 4. He's playing it looks like a little bit safe, trying to keep it off the wall. But Robert Kerstetter is a man on the mission through 3 and 4. He's gaining a bunch of ground. But Kerstetter made a mistake the lap before. He's going to lose distance as we're about just 5 to go.
Now 5 laps to go. Oh, Kerstetter makes a big mistake, as does Austin Carr out of turn number 2. And they both made very big mistakes. That's pretty much all but going to seal this one for John Batista. You got to wonder if there's a lot of damage on the 27 or the 13 entry, if they're able to hang on.
Both guys are trying to get back to the cushion. We got a car sitting at the pit entrance, no caution, so we're going to stay green. Kerstetter is very far back from Batista. Batista's just got to run it clean. Got to go further back in the pack right now. Chris Roberts has got a handful of Stephen Calavoda right behind him. But Calavoda's car might have some damage. Looks like he's got his hands full.
Yeah, you go back to Samel in 7th still. Landis and Dalton Connor round out the top 10 here in race number 2 main event. As you watch Batista now with 2 laps to go, as he looks like he may just have a chance at putting Schaefer and Johnson a lap down. But he's got a big lead. There's no need to chase that hard.
There is not. He's just got to take his time. The white flag is out, but he's going to get caught up behind the lap cars. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to step on it at this point of the race. He is basically half a lap away from picking up the win and the championship.
Through turns 3 and 4, the 39 is going to find victory lane here in race number 2. He will be officially crowned the Joker's World Champion. How about Robert Kerstetter? A fast and finishing 27 machine comes home in 2nd. 3rd is going to go to Austin Carr. Chris Roberts and Stephen Calavoda round out the top 5. And then I think it was Steele, Samuel, Connor, Landis, Zarfos. But the 39 will find victory lane, and he will find the championship here in the Joker's Wild. And what a race, eh? I mean, it was, yes, we had a few more cautions of what we'd like, but still the top side. We didn't see as much racing as what we've seen in the race number 1, but still, overall, a great race.
Definitely was. We saw a little bit more battles up front. We didn't run into the lap traffic drama, but we did see some slide jobs up front. And we did see a pass for the lead as John Batista started 4th. So we got by Carr, a couple other guys up there, Robert Kerstetter being one of them, to take the win in the championship. And for Batista, he's got to feel elated as he did not put laps in qualifying. He's had to basically work for his money tonight.
Yeah, he certainly has, and I'll tell you, I'm going to step down to the pit area. I'm going to grab a word with the driver that comes home in 3rd place tonight. Is the 13 of Austin Carr. Austin, congratulations on a 3rd, another podium here tonight in the Joker's Wild. I mean, you're going to be happy with 3rd. Make sure you got your right push to talk button on.
Oh, yeah, that good idea. So yeah, that cushion there just got really treacherous, and then going off into 1 and 2, I followed Kerstetter right into the wall and killed it. After that, I was just like, I'm just gonna try to run the bottom. There was just no point. John was gone by then, and it just seemed like the cautions kept coming out at the worst possible time for me, the worst possible times. But yeah, that racetrack got really treacherous and pretty. Probably the first time I've ever seen it like that on here.
you looked uncomfortable in race number 2 compared to race number 1. I mean, was there anything that changed maybe on the setup? Did you make a setup adjustment? Did you change setup? I mean, what was about race number 2 that you literally looked uncomfortable out there?
I mean, I didn't change my setup at all. Maybe just wing angle, but I mean, the tracks feel just. I mean, the track just felt like completely different at night than during the day. Um, but besides that, I mean, really nothing changed. But I mean, the it's hard to see really where the cushion is with the lines in the track now, and then like you have the slit going all the way up to it. So I mean, it was pretty hard to see. But besides that, I mean, I just was stepping on it too much. That's the bottom line.
All barring these cautions inside of the first sort of 10 to 15 laps. I mean, yourself, Robert, John, you guys put on a heck of a show. Just trading sliders on each other. I mean, what's it like going out there knowing that you can race these guys clean and you're going to get the respect back?
I mean, it's awesome. I mean, just going, just being able to do slide jobs with people, it's fun, and just being able to race and actually have a good time is what it's all about. It just sucked whenever me and John were starting to go at it real heavy. The caution came out. Then when me and Robert were about to go at it heavy, the caution came out. It's just bad timing. I said that during the race. It was like it's all just bad timing. But it was a good race overall. I mean, running up front in these cars, I don't really run these cars much anymore besides the Pro Series and the late models. But just running up front feels good. Getting a win is awesome too.
Right, well, look, you get a podium here in race number 2. No doubt, there's a lot of people on that car that you need to thank.
Yeah, I think Dirt Co Media House, Tim Hunt Designs, UDSRA with Michael Rosendahl and everybody. I got a shout out to Nathan Davis for saying John Batista is a dirty driver in the chat. Also got to thank Dirt Car Racing, Sprint Car Insiders, and especially you guys up in the booth for what y'all do.
All right, there we go. Austin Carr coming home in 3rd place. We'll throw it over to Victory Lane. Zane Scott is by your race winner.
I am on the podium here at Eldora as the Pittsburgh Steelers fan steals a victory here tonight in race 2 and also is going to steal the night before the Royal Championship. John, you had your work cut out for you. I don't know if you were doing it on purpose, not putting a qualifying lap in. Had to once again start at the back of your heat, work your way to the front. You started a little bit better in race 2's A main. You started 4th, but you quickly made your way to the front. What was the track like and battling up front?
Definitely wasn't on purpose, not putting a qualifying lap in. I was a little deep into a few double cheeseburgers there, so definitely wasn't on purpose. I'm not trying to put myself in that kind of situation again. But the track was super rough, a lot rougher than the day track. I'm not really sure why that happens. And also doesn't help that the NASCAR 98 looking tire marks around the track kind of hide the cushion. So those two factors combined really make for a pretty interesting experience there. And I mean, you gotta nail your marks, and you're racing against guys like Austin Carr and Kerstetter. Man, Kerstetter was so fast here tonight. I mean, during the middle of the race there, he was all over me. I thought it was a wing change. I thought it was a line maybe. I tried everything. Gained a little speed back towards the end, and he almost got me there. I had some trouble with some lap traffic.
You did some in race 2 that no one was able to do in race 1, and that was get by Austin Carr up front. But it wasn't quite as easy as that. Once you guys got back going there, Carr basically gave you a couple slide jobs. You guys crossed back underneath. What was that like having to actually battle for that lead up front this time in an open track?
I mean, the pass was kind of lucky. I know his frustration there. I've been in that position way too many times against Nathan Davis in other league races. So, um, yeah, I mean, like I said in the last one, you just got to make your moves early and hope something comes of it. Because I know the middle where I made that pass was pretty slow there at the end. So any kind of passes I was going to make like that had to be at the beginning of the race. And it just so happened to work out for me. But yeah, he was all over me during the around the middle of that race. I'm not sure what happened to him. I think he went back to 3rd, and I know he and Kerstetter were battling there. We just couldn't really get green flag laps.
He got bit by the caution bug there that put him back in 3rd. But I know you got a couple guys you want to thank, and why don't you list them off here for us?
Yeah, just Brett again and Ultimate Dirt TV and Hammer Down Racing League. Robert, thanks for sponsoring us. I want to thank again Nathan for the amazing setup, especially the race setup is super fast here. And yes, had a pretty good finish there. I think started 17th, finished 4th, so not bad. And good race to Austin and Robert. Thank you guys for running me clean.
All right, that is John Batista, race 2 winner and night before the Royal Champion. I'll send it back up to you in the booth, Brett, as I work my way up.
Yeah, thanks, Zane. It's race number 2 done and dusted here, but man, I tell you what a night this was. You know, race number 1, we've seen multiple grooves here at Eldora, and a track that was literally black slick from bottom to top. The cushion was fast, it was deadly, it was dangerous, and man, these guys put on a show in race 1, and they didn't disappoint in race number 2. Well done to John Batista on being crowned the Joker's Wild champion here, presented by Wicked Cushion. And Zane, before we jump off and get out of here, your final thoughts from yourself for tonight.
My final thoughts, I think the track is a big one. These guys have to be on the wheel, and it definitely shows the driver's skill here at a place like Eldora. When that cushion gets big, these guys got to be elbows up really to run it. You got to be good on the throttle. You got to have a lot of control. You got to know what the car can handle, what the car likes. And we see guys struggle with that. They'll get into the fence, and then we see some guys do pretty good tonight. Batista and Carr both did a pretty respectable job on the cushion, and then we saw some guys in the back not on the cushion look fast. Tyson Landis, one of them. Chris Roberts, another. So I mean, we roll out tonight. We'll come back Thursday night for the Kings Royal, and I think the racing only gets better from here.
All right, and that will do it. Well said there, Zane Scott, and a big thanks to jumping in the booth with me and trading a microphone for your helmet.
I loved it, and I'd love to come back.
Oh, you're welcome back anytime, buddy. That'll do it for the Joker's Wild here on this Tuesday evening. With the Wicked Cushion Joker's Wild Thursday night, the Wicked Cushion World of Outlaws sprint cars return back to the Eldora Speedway for the Kings Royal, and I believe it'll be the same format as what we've seen tonight. So we'll crown a Kings Royal champion on Thursday night as well. On behalf of everyone here at Ultimate Dirt TV, on behalf of Zane Scott, it's Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. We'll see you back on Thursday night for the Kings Royal.